Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ace. This is the Wolves Go Roar channel, and your watch begins with the Dragoness, Command of the Flame. If you're looking for gameplay or just want to get to the good bits, there will be a time code in the description box, as well as all the useful links you should definitely check out and follow. Otherwise, what is the Dragoness? Dragoness, the Command of the Flame, is a Heroes of Might and Magic inspired game. It's pretty much plays the exact same way. However, as opposed to having an opponent that will ever expand, ever change, ever try to murder your existence, it has opted instead for a roguelike take, which is not a terrible decision. I don't know about you guys, but I always dislike in games, may they be Heroes of Might and Magic, may they be RTS titles in general, knowing that there is this artificial timer against me. Or if that's done by the AI, or if that's done by the enemy players in a PvP scenario, doesn't really matter. I want to be able to take my time. I don't want to be forced to be super optimal. I just want to slowly grind my way up to power and then dominate whatever is in front of me. That's where I get my power fantasy satisfaction from. Being rushed to do things because otherwise I might get overwhelmed, not a good time, not a good feel. And this roguelike twist allows me to grind up gear, get some luck here and there, unlock some meta progression in my base building, which ironically some people have referred to as XCOM base building, as if Heroes of Might and Magic didn't have base building. I don't know, it seems funny. But what isn't funny is that we should probably just go in and endure some of the loading times. Now, the overall style of the game is probably my most the least thing I enjoy. Like, this looks good, right? But it definitely has a certain dated feel to it. The UI also feels very dated for what we see these days in games like these or others, which is probably my biggest pet peeve. And the loading times are a little iffy at times, which I'm not entirely sure as to why, if it's computer bound or just bound to the software itself. But other than that, the gameplay and decision making that you have to do in this game is very phenomenal. So if you can look past the dated look, which may still be improved upon, who knows, you definitely are in for a treat. Now, I've played the tutorial, I've played a few missions, started a new game, and this is shortly after the tutorial. So you end up getting into the base, and you have to resurrect yourself, which is something you do at the Magic Amplifier by unlocking this here. There's a bunch of things you can unlock with these crystals, and they empower you with all kinds of good benefits, hence the progression, the meta progression. And there's a bunch of buildings you can create, including individuals or buildings that make you have units, which we definitely want to do. You can unlock them. Centaurs are range units. Your treants are melee units. They get benefits if you unlock them later. Range attack by 1. Health points by 5. We currently have no ingredients. Because like I said, I did reset my game. So we just have to resurrect and go from there. Now the dragon will resurrect us with its lovely resurrection fire. And when you do so, you get to choose a particular... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, like a school perhaps, like a list of traits as to which one you want to start off with. Now, I clicked on the one that I'm not entirely sure which one it was, but you can choose whenever. It just matters, your choice just matters before you go into the next mission. So in this case, we have a lot of movement points here, but less mana, less resources. That's unfortunate. There's a talent. Additional shield and melee attack. We'll get into that in just a bit, as well as the ability to have increased health. Or additional movement points and basic strength. Turn bonuses, granite, XP, additional steps, granite, regeneration of hit points. Okay. Now, these are important because these are passives you pick up and they can be improved upon, or you can choose other ones. Turn bonuses. Every single time you end your turn, you have to choose one of these 3, and then you get the benefit of that. So you either healing, more movement, or just raw materials, which is really good for farming and upgrading your base. And then you have your base stats right here. Determines how many resources of each of the commander can take. So yeah, also very important if you're just wanting to farm. I'm actually leaning towards left. I do like the tree end though, but we have the same movement speed, and the fact that we add more resources, not a terrible decision. Let's go with the left one actually. We keep that active. We'll go to the world map. Oh wait, we still have to actually get army units. We only have the 2 anyway. We apply those, and we'll go to the world map. The first mission. There are some side quests you can do, which is very interesting. Some additional materials, very lovely. But I suppose we are just going to keep it simple and not necessarily pursue the challenges. All right. Do I want an additional melee or a range unit? I go for the additional range unit, which is interesting because it's only 1 unit, right? With Heroes of Might and Magic, you have a group of units that is represented by an icon, but this is just 1 unit. And you can merge them to make more space, and they become a better version of the unit. Very auto chessy. Now, they have certain abilities. They have max health and max shield. Health is something that doesn't regenerate instantly after each battle. Shield is. Max health takes time to regenerate, where shield is just after each battle indeed. Range attack speaks for itself. They also have spells. Certain units have special abilities that they can cast in addition to your own magic spells that you can cast as well with your own mana. So there's very much a large option of utility in there. So maybe you don't want a unit because they're bad, but their spell could be really, really, really good. But for now, let's get that in the... Actually, let's get him into the side. And then we'll swap him to there. Call it a day.
The Queen seems to have supplied us with
rations, yes.
for the mission.
Indeed. Rations.
Common knowledge that an army marches faster when it's hungry.
I sincerely doubt that. But as you can see, supplies. We had 11 supplies. If you go without food, you start taking debuffs. Now, there also seem to be benefits for if you actually have fully fed. At least I get the impression that's the case, but it's never really mentioned. But as you can see, going without food is a terrible thing, which is one of those artificial timers that prevents me from actually achieving the ability to just like grind everything out. So I'm not a big fan of that, but that's okay. We can make do. Let's pick up these raw materials in a very Heroes of Might and Magic kind of way. As you could, these are tutorial messages about the supply cards, which increase your food. Now the turn bonus is right here. It's early days, so let's grab some more XP. Fully fed. Very good. Our first monster, which we will not be able to fight. He's way too tough. We also get a mention of that.
Be careful. This
there it is. Yep.
Strong. We need to gather more troops before we attack.
Another tutorial message right here. This is the wizard. You see houses like these that might hold certain NPCs. And they can give you quests.
We meet again, kind.
As you could, yeah, for example, like as we are getting these quests, do you see what I mean with like the dated UI look? It's something. I'm just skipping through the dialogue. If you want to experience yourself, you can do so by getting the game and employing your ability and patience to read slow dialogue. I, however, do not possess that gift. We can teleport here to deal with the quest, but I actually want to go and show off a fight. Right here. Very good. So as we are starting to fight, you can recognize this is just textbook Heroes of Might and Magic, right? Now the red is the health. The yeah, I guess the black number is the black square is the shield. So as long as we don't lose our shields entirely, we're fine. We're okay. Now, what kind of spells do we currently have access to? This is our entire spell book. Right now, we only have access to Berserker Rage. So let's use Berserker Rage. Our next range attack will do double damage. So we'll shoot him. And that was a 0. Because there is a dodge chance. And they just dodged. Very frustrating. Now, in this game, you can also decide to not do something. Because you have the ability to wait until later. So you can skip your turn to take it at the end. You can also add a bonus to melee. Melee attacks, however, always have the ability to retaliate. So melee seems very dangerous in this game. I'm a big fan of range. And this beast doesn't use magic. The other one, on the other end, does use magic. but doesn't cost us mana, which is very useful. All right, let's move you forward. As you can see, decrease a unit's move range by 4, and then you can just cast that, which is a bit of a waste because these units don't move. But it didn't cost us mana. It just costs us the time it takes for that cooldown on that particular unit. We'll shoot. As you can see, not enough mana this unit has. But we still have plenty of mana for our own spellcasting. Seems to be a bit of a separate thing. We're going to move forward. We're taking damage, but we're still fine. The shields are holding. Their shields are now broken. Okay. That is problematic. Let's finish him. Get the kill cam. Our shields are now broken. Most unfortunate. But we can make do. It will allow us to show you that the shields regenerate immediately, but the health does not. Oh, okay. If you want to see the stats of the enemy team, you can right-click them. And then you can see all their stats. Yeah, they have a 15% dodge chance, unfortunately, and the ability to decrease dodge on our end. Which is regretful, but it's okay. Because they're dead now anyway. And dead people don't dodge. You do notice that we don't see any messages of the shields. You don't lose your shields, you do lose your health. Which isn't really that big of a deal. Because you can heal with spells. There's objects in the world you can heal with. As well as time itself heals your characters, which we'll be able to see in just a second. When you level up, you get to choose one of these skills. Now this is a star, because we already have advanced strength, but we can now buff it to unlock the next step of that spell trade, which is exhaust. Or we can just get the heal. I'm going to go to get the heal, just to have it. More supplies. Let's get some iron there. Now we can only take a certain amount of resources with us, so it's not a terrible idea just to spend them if you get across things that you can buy. Because we can only, on this character, it can only take us 4 of each, and we have 21 iron and 9 granite, for example. Speaking of, let's get some movement points, and if we look at the health bar of our end in our army, it healed. Very good. We also managed to get this thing, Enchanted Blade. You can equip the 3 artifacts. You can have multiple with you, but you can only equip at any given time 3 artifacts, which is a very interesting point of order. Let's get some more range units. Let's pick up you. Talk to this tower right here. Get another level. Do I want to have a passive dodge chance for my entire army? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's 5% for free on every unit now that they just dodge attacks. Very lovely. Oh, no, I wanted to equip it. There it is. Do I want to fight you? I wouldn't hate fighting you. Let's grab the resources first. And let's fight the end. Because there's a quest over there with a hungry centaur, which I want to do. Now, we did pick up the buff, which, however, doesn't show active effects, but they can look, as you can see, the range attacks look slightly different. But they don't mention that, which is a little concerning. Now, the enemy right now is double end, so they will have to walk to us. We have a 95% chance to hit them for 3 damage, but they have a lot of health and a lot of shield. They're very tanky, and they too can cast that spell that we have access to. Now, however, that spell, not a big deal for us, because we're not planning to move a lot. Now, luckily enough, he can't move very quickly now, because he has been debuffed. So he can only move 1 tile. So we have some time to get some hits in. He, on the other hand, can move much further and much faster. Let's keep peppering. Shield almost broken. Let's move out forward. Oh, he's going to hit him. There it is. Shield's broken. 5% dodge chance is 100% dodge chance. Okay. I do believe that our centaurs are going to take some damage here. He's going to hit it next turn. But that's okay. I can walk away. And I do have some shield. 7 damage. Not a terrible number. Let's just melee him. Wow. 5% is 100% chance 100% of the time. We love that. There you go. Those melee retaliations can happen. So a lot of damage can occur. We still have shield. So we don't have enough mana. What we do have is the ability to melee. We want to shoot you. Again, how much dodge does he have? 5% and he only has 3 procs. I'm being XCOM'd over here. Horrible. He attacks me. We attack him. Now both of our range units can attack. Because you can't move and attack unless you are melee. 10 damage. That's fine. We'll heal that back up. Not a problem. Not a problem. Alright, so he disappears.
Look, the centaur camp.
Yep, that's the mission we had.
I've
The
never
Hungry
seen
Tribe.
centaurs that thin. Poor souls.
We can
They
pick
must
up
have been
mines as
starving
well,
for
which gives us
weeks.
1 iron per turn. Sound familiar? It should, because that's one of the big ways you could get a lot of resources consistently in games like Heroes of Might and Magic. Maximum mana increased by 10 from 25 to 35. Alright, let's give them our supply, which gives us another oaken end, as well as a wizard's package, which is what we're looking for the quest downstairs. So I guess we can go down and check that out. There you go. Next battle will have an active effect. Do I want to split them? I kind of want to. I kind of do. Let's merge. Have some more health, some more attack, some more shield. I like that. Let's swap. Swap. Very good. Let's indeed move down to finish that quest, shall we? I forgot this is actually part of a different scenario. I thought, like in the tutorial, you have to go through something like that to finish a quest with this exact same wizard. My confusion was real. Alright, well, once again, if you want to read it, you can get the game yourself, because I do not have the patience for dialogue. There you go.
Nonsense. We don't even taste good.
Very good. Let us actually go through
I
the
wish
portal.
The guild had sent over someone other than this old coot.
Alright, here we go. We teleport
Let's
right
say
over
that
here.
The whole kingdom was once connected by portals like that.
Ooh, Juvenile Hydra.
Sadly, the arcane knowledge needed to construct them was lost. Unless that old coot. the
Do I want
wizard
to take
is
it?
hiding something.
Let's do it. Hydras are kind of scary. I don't think I've ever successfully fought a Hydra before. But they have a lot of movement speed, as you can see. In fact, they can reach me all in the same turn. It's very similar to the birds you can get later if you have enough resources or finish the quest successfully. Now, they were able to get to me. They don't have a lot of dodge. They do have a high initiative. But they don't have a lot of health and such. So I think we might just be able to tank this. Now, we won't be able to shoot if a melee unit is next to us. It's one of the problems. In Dungeons and Dragons, you might get disadvantage. In this game, you downright will not be able to. Shields still holding. Very important. We can shoot. Let's move away. And then melee him to death. Very good. No health damage taken. Perfect game. We also leveled up. Very excited about that. Alright. Ooh. Another option for exhaust, or do I want to have increase the amount of health points available to the beasts in the army? Yeah, why not? Gives us a greater chance to survive if we're in too deep and things go really, really wrong. Now, luckily enough for us, a lot of supplies here. A lot of resources. Ooh, do I want to have raw materials or XP? Let's go for XP. More maximum mana. I'm getting a lot of ability. Ooh, additional steps. Or bonus XP. We'll go for the additional steps, because this makes our passive ability, or a passive option right here at the end of the turn, noticeably better. Okay, I think we're good here. Now I've got 14 steps. It's insane. That's a lot of movement we can do. I could probably fight him right now, but I don't want to yet. Restores health to maximum for all beasts in your army. We already were full health. But that's what I meant earlier with having the ability to choose or having the ability to heal your army with things on the map. This is a harpy, exhaust, or blur. Yeah, let's take a harpy. Let's take a harpy. And we'll also take a tree. And now I'm definitely confident in killing him. So let's go. Because we have 2 beefy boys. Now we too also have 2 beefy boys. And then they also have 2 range units. Which is less favorable. We're debuffed with dodge. It happens. Let's buff our unit here. Very good. And then we'll shoot their range character. 6 damage. Very lovely. We'll shoot you. Let's move out. Yeah, they're buffing their movement speed. But that's okay. That's a lot of movement speed. We'll debuff their movement. We'll debuff their movement. We're going to receive 2 shots. That's fine. We have plenty of shield. I would love things that give me effects on shield hit or shield gain back. Or maybe even just greater shield. I'm sure there are things like that. Let's shoot. Shoot. Alright, we're getting there. Now they're buffing him. He can't move and buff. Let's get a little closer. As you can see, he can only move once because we debuffed him. Incredibly powerful debuff. Because the actual spell that they have increase the unit's movement range by 4 for 3 turns. And yet here it's remove range by 4 for 3 turns. So it just cancels each other out. Very useful. Let's actually start blocking this. Move forward. Yeah, if you want to move further but you misclick like I just did right here, you don't get the ability to move forward because you just have 1 action with each unit each turn. You either move, you attack, or you do a melee move attack. Or you cast a spell. Speaking of, increases dodge chance by 30 for 3 turns. Decreases melee and range attack power of the target monster by 50% for days after 50 turns. Yeah. But we can't do both. And I'd rather just do an attack. Oh, wow. You dodged that. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damn. That's why I was afraid about attacking them first of all. Because I knew it was going to hurt. Retaliation. Okay, so we can kill him. And then we'll try to take out him. Because we're currently working on them. 28. Ooh, painful, painful. I could do a dodge. Let's RNG. Let's go with the RNG. Attack you. You're dead. I can move you towards the big boy. Now we have a lot of initiative. He's still going to be able to attack us. Yep. Painful. But that's okay. We'll just use a heal.
This should help.
There you go. Back to 12. We cannot slow them down any further. Ooh, good dodge. Very good dodge. We'll keep shooting the ranged character at the bottom here. We still have a dodge bonus. But we'll use our opportunity to fly away. Oh, damn. Yep. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's okay, though. We'll just have chicken for dinner. Now, you may say that's not a chicken. You're right. Doesn't change the fact that I can't have chicken for dinner. Now, our upgraded end is definitely a big source of our strength right here. I simply misplayed. And I lost a unit over it. Which is regrettable. But honestly, worse things have happened in life. I could have just also leveled more and become stronger before taking this fight on, which is completely unnecessary to do this early. But that's okay. Ooh, did I level up? Or is it just teetering on the edge? I'm not entirely sure if I leveled up there. I did level up. Ooh, look at that. Permanent +2, yes. Alright, we'll just equip the other one. We actually leveled up twice, which is insane. Or at least we got rewarded twice. Let's end our turn. Now we have so many movements. Now, the good thing about a granary is if we occupy it, which is part of the quest, we should also get some additional supplies. There it is. Very good. 1 out of 3. Very lovely. Now, as we know, time doesn't matter to us much because we just heal. Do want to go in there. Lots of good stuff there. Bunch of ends. Mountain thing. That's new. Mountain thing. Winter elf. Let's see if this mountain thing can be dealt with. What are you, you abomination-looking bastard? Instantly heals the target beast for 10 hit points. Ah, so you're a healer. It would be terrible if we give you something to heal. Good movement as well. Regretfully, we have been debuffed. That's okay, because we can just... Wait. Mountain thing resisted the spell. He has 5% spell resist. How many 5% have I hit in this goddamn game already? This is like the 4th one? That is insane. What is the likelihood of hitting 4 5%? That's not very high. It's less than 5%, that's for sure. And yet here we are. Here we are. Now, the mountain thing's shield is gone, so I do want to focus him. We can tank 1 hit. And retaliation, because it's a melee attack, ended up killing him. Which is exactly what we would like to see. Alright, you can definitely notice the absolute difference in power between a merged unit and a not merged unit. But then again, we also have less bodies in the field. So perhaps it's simply better to not merge ranged units, for example, until you have a space issue. Melee units, on the other hand, it's much more valuable to merge them early on because they get a bigger shield and much more health, and the retaliation does add up quite quickly. There you go. Let's shoot. That's 4 damage. Nice. No shields were lost in the making of this battle. Perfect. Well, the enemy shields were lost. Does that count? It counts to me. In my heart of hearts. And I don't even have a deck of cards. Alright, let's open up all these goodies. Ah, this is part of the quote-unquote puzzle. The pressure plate. Yep. There you go. Very difficult puzzle that was. Sometimes goodies are a little hidden. But you can always notice them with a couple of pixels and do your best. Aw, was hoping on getting something better there. Okay. Got some benefits for the next battle. Arcane Puzzle Box. Randomly increases one of the following stats by 3 each battle. Attack, dodge, magic resist, move range. It's an artifact that automatically equipped. So just 3 random stats. That seems possibly really good, possibly inconsequential, possibly bad. We'll find out. Let's actually move, take another rest, take on this end, because this is a mountain elf. Never actually fought a mountain elf before. I'm going to assume that they're range-based. They are. Increase range attack of all beasts in the battlefield by 5. Does that mean that melee attack becomes a ranged attack? Because that would be kind of silly, right? Decrease melee and ranged attack power by target monster by 50% for the base for 3 turns. Let's debuff him.
Will not harm them.
I'm a little concerned. I don't want to get blasted. This is a bird that's gonna need to be focused. Because that bird has max range. Oh no, different bird. Sorry. Because this is not a bird, this is a harpy. It's a bird woman. Close, but only half there. I'm a little concerned, however, that they might still reach me in time. And I don't want that. So I'm just going to debuff these two while I blast them. Now, as you also might have noticed, you can always shoot range attacks, even if they're standing behind environment. It doesn't really seem to bother individuals much in terms of like hit chance or not. They will still shoot, they will still do damage. So range attacks are kind of very powerful. And yeah, there's no real difference in like hit chance, despite the fact that they are being blocked by this quote-unquote cover. So cover doesn't exist, at least not yet. Maybe later. I, however, have not yet noticed it. Boom, 11 damage, perfect. Let's move forward. Now, he is noticeably debuffed, but that debuff is about to run out. So we have to start working on that. Or I can just do another... Oh, I can't cast another exhaust on him. Damn. That's okay. We'll just buff our own dude. If we can't take away their power, we give ourselves the power. Grey Skull would be proud. 3 damage. That's okay. We're in melee range. Our big boy against their big boy. It's the fight of the boys. Only 2 damage. 6 damage is a little better. 7. Retaliate with 11. I'm still movement speed debuffed here. Alright, their shields are gone, but so are ours almost. Alright. He's decided to change his tactic and shoot my melee boys. Alright, very good. Ooh, nice dodge. Perfect. We lost our shields. Okay. We'll shoot you. Shoot you. Dodge. Okay. Unfortunate. I had a plan to maybe kill him with a retaliation, but he decided to go after my other dude because he has no shield. It looks like creatures without shield become more favorable targets than anything else. That's what I have noticed. And why wouldn't it be? Like, they have no shields. They will die quicker. Much like this elf ranger did. Good night, sweet prince. We leveled up as well. Very important. Very good. What did we get? Ooh, an improvement to our supporter spells, or just blur. Blur is just a spell that gives you more dodge. So a little unfortunate. It doesn't tell you what it exactly does in this screen, but I guess game knowledge will improve that. Let's improve our other spells instead. You gained knowledge, increased your XP. Okay, more supplies. Ooh, okay. This, by the way, is the creature with the infinite range, or the infinite movement that I was talking about that I confused for a harpy. It's the griffin. It's very good because they can fly to the other side of the field and block range units. But I kind of like my range units, so we'll take that. One of the things I actually want to see, because you can get to 2 stars. So you want to merge, and then you want to merge, which gives you a 2-star unit. Range attack 16. That is definitely a little bit more beefy, isn't it? That is a little bit more beefy. Very good. Close. Now we already got the experience right there. So we cleaned this side of the map, and it's about 34 minutes in. So I think we're going to call it a day here on this video. Thank you all so much for watching this particular game. Dragoness, Command of the Flame. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Is it better or worse to have a different type of end game as opposed to defeating another player or player-like character with their bases and trying to stomp them out like cockroaches, or having this like roguelike environment with a story based around it? What do you think? Either way, thank you all so much for watching. You guys have been lovely. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch. Description link is in the, or description links, the link to my Twitch is in the description box. And having said that, thank you so much. And as always, I'm out!